When someone throws shade at you for having bariatric surgery, they're just really trying to get a reaction out of you. Want to know how to handle it? Surgery is just one tool. It's time to put the other tools in the toolbox because it's your body, your health, your life. They are trying to get you to feel hurt because really what they're doing is deferring or getting away from their own hurt. Want to know how to handle it? We are going to talk about the steps you can take so that you can respond and not just react. They're giving you their emotions, no matter if they're aware of it or not. By hurting you, it makes them feel better. They're offloading their own drama, their inner turmoil onto you. By doing that, it's their attempt, probably subconsciously, their attempt to resolve their own drama. But the next thing you know, you are reacting at Mach 90 and the drama gets bigger and bigger. And we all know where that leads. And we know that just really doesn't work. Regardless of why someone is doing it and how they're doing it, if they're being super critical of you, judgmental, not treating you very nicely, not saying very supportive things, being just darn right rude, and you don't want to be reacting to it and being pulled into their drama, or even receive the drama they're putting onto you, and you just want to return it back to sender, then this video is for you. Because a reaction is an acceptance of someone's drama. And then what happens is we start creating or adding to that drama based upon our own thoughts about their drama. Does that make sense? Yes, respond maybe, but don't react. First, take a few deep breaths. Just take a minute because taking a deep breath helps you to regulate your system. You might be feeling a little panicked, threatened, which means your heart rate is increasing, your breathing actually becomes shallow, your blood pressure is going up. So to slow all that down, taking a few deep breaths, like filling your whole lungs, even holding it a bit, and then pushing it all out using your diaphragm will help you regulate all those things. It will slow things down physically, but it also slows down your mind. All important things so you can start thinking more clearly, and be able to activate the brain, the part of the brain that we need for the next steps. Take a step back and get curious. Ask yourself, why is this bothering me so much right now? What are you making this mean to yourself? For example, let's say someone says, we've all heard this before, oh, you're having weight loss surgery, you're taking the easy way out. And then you say, no, I actually am not. And then they say, sure, yes, you are. Why don't you just eat less and move more? Or they might say, you're just going to gain all the weight back again. And you end up going back and forth with this thing, and it becomes this huge thing. By taking a step back, like literally, maybe physically you take a step back, but mentally you take a step back and you start getting curious. Get outside yourself. Be an observer. Try to take the emotion out of it and look at it for what it is. It's actually just a bunch of words. It's just words put together in a sentence, and they decided to say it to you. It's not the words that they're saying, like you're taking the easy way out or you're going to gain the weight back. It's not those words that are making you upset. It's actually you putting the meaning to those words, you applying the meaning to those words. So I want you to step back, get curious about the words, the meaning you're putting onto those words. Get curious about that. Get curious about why those words are triggering something in you. What are your thoughts about those words? Are you getting upset because maybe you're starting to feel that maybe they are a little bit right? Am I taking the easy way out? Why can't I do this on my own? Are they right? What am I actually doing here? And the list will go on and on. Whatever, the list goes on and on. And you'll get upset about it, and you're going to have even further thoughts like, how dare they say these things? Who are they to say these things? They have no right to say these things. Who do they think they are? They have no idea. And you start getting super sensitive, super defensive, and maybe even angry. So just ask yourself. There's no right or wrong answer here. Just kind of get outside yourself, interview yourself if you have to. Why am I upset about this? What feelings are coming up for me right now? Now, this could be the example we're talking about, like, oh, you're taking the easy way out by having bariatric surgery. But it also can be about other things, like maybe a direct statement about your size, or maybe about a fear or complication that they swear is going to happen to you. Or maybe it's about a whole different thing. Maybe it has nothing to do with your weight. Whatever it is, get curious and see why this statement, these sentences, these groupings of words, really, why are they bothering you right now? 3, manage your own thoughts about it. Now, you just got clear on your thoughts and your triggered feelings, your reactions. Now you get to decide on purpose what your own thoughts about this are. So instead of saying to yourself, maybe bariatric surgery is the easy way out, you can say or decide, no, I know it's not the easy way out. I've done all the things. I've completed all the things. I've had the conversation with my doctors. I'm ready and prepared, and I'm going to do this. I'm not sure what's going on with this other person right at this moment, but I know it's not the easy way out. You've done your research. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and know what you think about yourself, what you think about me, and what I think about me and what I'm doing is way more important than what they think about me. I'm good, I'm okay, I got this, I trust my decision. Decide on what you think based on logic, facts, and what you know is true. Now decide on what you want to do about it. Decide on how to respond, not react. Maybe you want to re engage and set some boundaries. You could say tactfully, hey, I don't really appreciate what you just said to me, and I'm only going to accept supportive comments. And I'm going to request moving forward only supportive comments from you. By saying that tactfully, respectfully, you are setting a boundary, you're making a request, and you're telling them exactly what you want instead. Or maybe the thing that you want to do is ask yourself, do I even want to engage further with this person? Do I even want to talk more about this topic? If you've sorted out all your thoughts about it, you've taken a step back, you've gotten curious, you've taken your breaths, you've regulated your system, you've thought all about it, and then maybe you want to choose to leave all that with the person and you don't want to engage anymore. You don't want to respond anymore. You don't have to respond at all. You don't have to think about it, worry about it anymore, because you know that it's not about you, it's more about them. Now, this might be especially in those situations where you've had a past history with this person, and maybe this is not the first time you've had this conversation, and you've set a boundary and you've explained yourself, and they're still wanting to add to the conversation. They still want to make other comments, they still have other judgments. They want to be critical about your body, your health, and your life. This is the place to stop and not engage any further. Just stop making yourself available to them. You also have another choice if you really want to. Maybe your desire is you want to have a meaningful conversation about it and explain yourself. So you still follow the steps, and then you state in a very simple, respectful statement. You're going to explain your reasoning, and then you're going to tell them the conversation is over. So it might sound like this. This is why I'm doing it. And then you fill in whatever you're doing. This is why and how I made the decision. And you're going to add whatever you want there. This is all the work I've done so far. And you're going to tell them. You're really going to try to explain it so that they can understand. But no, there will be people in your life, certain relationships, even the ones closest to us, that no matter what you do, no matter how you try to explain it, no matter what kind of reasoning you give, they will still be committed to their own drama, still committed to their own misunderstandings about the situation. In those cases, there's nothing more you can do. And this is where you need to ask yourself, is this really worth it? Is it worth my time and energy to keep trying to explain this? Is it really worth to keep trying to explain my choice? Do I really need to keep at this? Is this person really open and ready to learn from what I'm trying to say. It's okay. It is okay to save your energy and time and decide not to engage any further. Then you're going to have to let it go. Leave it and move on with your life. You cannot sit and marinate in it. Now, this used to be something I did all the time before surgery. Well, even, I had to teach myself after surgery, is that I would overplay those conversations that I had with the cashier during the day, right before I went to sleep. It was crazy. Like, who cares? But what I'm trying to say here is if you've done all the steps and you chose to engage or even not to engage any further, then you have to eventually let it go. You cannot continue to beat yourself up and get angry and let all those body reactions stress you out. Stop replaying it in your mind, thinking it over and over and over again and analyzing it to death. You're going to choose to say it is done. It is dealt with and I'm moving on. And then you're going to have to watch your brain. You're going to have to watch your brain because if your mind starts going down that path, you're going to say stop. And you might even have to visualize a stop sign in your head. You're going to have to say stop. Not today, brain. We are not doing this. Now, what if you got dragged in? You didn't do all the things that we talked about today. You didn't use your skills and strategies and you just got dragged in and it became this huge fight. This is where you're going to need to kind of step back and evaluate it, acknowledge it. I'm not saying beat yourself up about it or overanalyze it to death here. I'm saying sit back, evaluate it, acknowledge it, and then you need to learn from it. What can you do differently next time? What can you tweak? What is something you need to learn about so that you don't get pulled into their drama again? It is helpful to be self-reflective when you have these situations and take a little bit of a look backwards, but not with the what if questions. Those what if questions do not serve you. And they're actually not even questions. They're statements disguised as questions. They're really judgments, and they only make you feel bad. You're going to acknowledge, okay, I got triggered, but here is what I need to be aware of, and I'm going to do better next time. So why would we want to make things worse? The truth is we often react without thinking. It's more of a gut reaction, often based on fear and insecurities. And really, reacting is not the most rational way or even appropriate way to act. Responding, on the other hand, is taking the situation in and deciding the best course of action to take. And it's based on values, logic, facts, reasoning, compassion, and even cooperation. When you learn to respond versus react, it will improve your life, but even the lives around you. Self-awareness, sometimes called mindfulness, is the key to being successful, be it with your weight loss journey or not. Learn to respond, not to react.